Hello. Happy Sunday to you all. Hey Jack, how are you today? Hi Jack Spore, how are you today? So this is the last door again. Last time we investigated the mansion of our old friend Anthony Beechworth and found the corpse of his wife, the corpse of a crow being eaten by other crows. The crows then piled into the house when we played the wrong music. There was a cat stuck behind a wall. There was she did a little squirmy noise in response. I'll take it. There was a cat behind a wall. There was a stuffed lynx with a key in its mouth. And lots of strange goings on. Apparently Anthony Beechworth was not quite himself and realised that, but apparently couldn't do anything about it until he finally hung himself. And in his pocket, on his corpse, that's corpse number 3, there was a letter informing us to go to the old boarding school that we all attended, where we first became friends and had some kind of secret pact or group or something weird that hasn't fully been explained yet. So that was episode 1. This is episode 2. This will be episode 2. Oh, what a waste of a recap. This will be a way better though. Previously, on The Last Door. Jeremiah Devitt receives a mysterious letter from his childhood friend Anthony Beechworth. What a waste of time. He travels to his friend's manor in Sussex, where he learns of Anthony's descent into madness and the death of his wife, Anna Beechworth. Devitt faces the perils of the house and finally finds the dead body of his friend, who committed suicide. Anthony's final letter warns Devitt of an unknown danger and asks him to remember his past by going back to the boarding school they both attended years back. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in heaven as it is in earth even, as it is in heaven. Ooh. Undressed priest. Cool. That's a lot of crosses on his wall. Give us each day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, for we ourselves forgive our debtors. Oh, good Lord, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. That guy takes his gods seriously. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? Ugh. Why am I out of breath? Are we being chased? Oh, there we go. Who is it? Is it Anthony? Answer me! Looks a bit too dead to answer, dude. What is she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. Are they gunshots or explosions? When I count to 3, you'll wake up. 1, 2, 3. Now, wake up, wake up! You can rest now, Mr. Devitt. That will be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I am confident that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What did you see? Can you describe it? It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I've ever heard. Inside, a complete darkness where an evil dwells deep below. A forgotten fear for human reasoning, but, undoubtedly, still rests deep down inside our being. In my case, that fear has already woken. I can understand why you are disturbed, Mr. Devitt. With your permission, I would like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man I've known for many years who is more versed in modern psychological practices. I think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand your condition. If you think it would help, Doctor, I'll leave it in your hands. The agony grows increasingly unbearable, and if you believe this man can help, then I would welcome his aid. Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I bid you good evening. I didn't even notice the speech bubbles at first. Anthony, my friend, what really happened to you? How could you have let your wife Anna die so awfully? These doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were your words a result of an increasing loss of sanity? In your letter, you wrote that someone awaits me. A warning to ward me from a genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliant mind addled by insanity. Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easily again until I go back to that boarding school and find out what secrets may lie within. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beechworth. Rest now in peace. Hey, Moni. That is an honour that I do not deserve. Episode 2. Memoirs. An old, quite damaged mailbox. Steal their mail. As you do. There is a postcard inside the mailbox. Dear Matthew, it has been several months and still I have heard no news from you. My brothers insist that you have abandoned me, but I am sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and the honesty of your eyes. I got this address from a hospital in London, and pray that it reaches you safely. If that is the case, I want you to know that I will always be waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway. There is nothing else inside the mailbox. Oh, I can take it with me. Let's put it back. I will save the postcard. It has been here for more than a week, and it doesn't seem that anybody is going to pick it up. Okay. Maybe we can find Matthew, or at least his corpse. The Angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember it being very pristine, but it looks neglected and dirty now. A stone eagle lies on the floor. It appears to have broken off the fountain. I can't put it back. Fix the fountain. Right, we never just bundle straight in the front door. Let's see what's around the side. Is it going to be crows again? No. A locked wood coffin, badly finished. It seems that whoever made it was a bit rushed to finish. Because he was dying? Good evening. I hope you are right, and this turns out to be indeed a good evening. My name is Devitt. I did not know there was a graveyard here. My pleasure, Mr. Devitt. I am Frank Baldwin. Do not ask me why. But Monsieur specifically ordered to bury the corpses here. Ha, corpses. Yeah. Why? Did he order to bury corpses here? Why? I do not understand. What is there to understand, Mr. Devitt? God has forsaken this place. Ah, don't you know? Here we take care of patients. I am an old alumnus. I used to attend the school. It has been a long time since this is not a boarding. It has been a long time since this is not a boarding school anymore. The building is now used as a nursing home run by nuns. A former student, eh? I never heard anybody in the village speak fondly of the school. They say it closed overnight, though nobody knows why. Not a lot was known about it. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. I'll leave you with your work. Have a nice evening, Alumnus Devitt. This small group of graves has been haphazardly arranged. Yep, the insane asylum level. What better level could there be? Hey, C-dubs. Sorry that we're late. This painting holds a visage of judgment, but yet compassion. Pardon, excuse me, sister? Good evening, sister. Good evening. I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here, Mr. Devitt. I'm a former student of this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. Devitt, this stopped being an academic institution a long time ago, and is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of the patients under our care. I see. Even so, may I please speak to... Mr. Devitt, I am afraid that we are too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there is little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everybody but Monsieur, of course. Monsieur? Exactly, but you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. Devitt? What do you reckon? I can't not talk about it because she'll just laugh in my face. Do you think she's an appreciating the passage of time kind of person? She does seem singularly unhelpful either way. Let's go for that. I guess that it would be a good idea to visit this place again and perceive the passage of time. Do it. Perceive the passage of time? What are you talking about? Fair enough. This place will help me remember my past. If you have memory problems, I would recommend you to visit a doctor immediately, and don't waste your time here. To be honest, I prefer not to talk about it. I couldn't tell you why this place is so important for me, but it is. A lot. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Devitt. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. Don't worry, Ma. Thank you. Oh, okay, I thought I was leaving. Jack, can you please stop cutting yourself? It's most unhelpful. Some bandages and other medical equipment. Nothing of interest. A picture of Saint Camillus de Lely, patron saint of the sick, hospitals, and nurses. He seems to have forsaken this place. Among the baggages I can see a packet of letters bound by twine. Steal them. I'd ask you not to touch my belongings, please. You're not aware who you are talking to. I'm sorry. Do you know what? I thought she was sitting at a piano. It's clearly a hospital bed. Juliet, where are you? Where are you? Juliet. Is this just a loop? Okay. Doctor. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. Pay him no mind, he has been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vinge, and this is my brother, Matthew. Juliet, why have you left me? Why don't you answer my letters? My letters. Hey, people sometimes lie on pianos, okay? Sometimes you just can't get a good bed. You see, the poor man is still obsessed with his fiancée. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Vinge. I hope he recovers. Thank you. This was the postcard to Matthew, wasn't it? Let's give it that. She is not this postcard's recipient. This is addressed to someone called Matthew Vinge. Alright, I'll give it to the dead bloke then. Oh yeah, Harrison, we haven't seen any corpses yet, but we have seen a graveyard out the back. I don't think that counts though. Mr. Vinge, I think this letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it with me if you'd be so kind. As you can see, my brother is too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who has written to you. Oh, it's a letter from our mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you're recovering. I wish that your beloved sister and you come back home soon. Do you remember the good times when we all lived together? You know how alone Mother feels since you left. Mother needs more care now than ever. She worries a lot. Miss Finch is making up the letter's contents. Is that it? Ugh, Miss Finch is useless. A magazine titled Weird Tales. That was the magazine that Lovecraft published a lot of his stuff in. I'm into it. Can I take it? Take it. Take it. Do you know how much that'll be worth in 118 years' time? Photographs of people, most likely family and friends of this bed's previous relatives. Ooh, a bunch of medical reports. Alright, next future corpse. Are you alright, madam? There was a withering sound, like a breathing. What do you mean? It was last night. I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough like tree bark brushed against my leg, and I saw something on the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp, and there was nothing. I'm sure it was just a nightmare, madam. He is quite a pale young boy. He is asleep. You sure? Is he not a corpse? Not yet. There are several crucifixes all together at the headboard of this bed. Why? Please help. Please someone. Piety. I'm sorry, you cannot be here. Is there some way I can help? Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He'll provide you with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there, next to the statue of Our Lady. Don't you think she is beautiful? The Virgin listens to all those in need. Yep, okay. A picture of the Virgin Mary gazing at me, supposedly to portray a sympathy and compassion for you. However, she seems to look more pained and sorrowful here. Alright. Oh, that's a gloomy statue of the Virgin Mary makes this place even more mournful, if that is possible. I don't want to pray. I unlocked the door. Was it locked? Oh, is this just the side entrance? Yeah, okay. What do you put in an omelette? Parboiled potatoes, beetroot, feta, black pepper. And tomatoes. I remember that we used to keep here some textbooks. Now there is a music box. Okay, we know what happens with music. Hey, Astro. That's an omelette I had a few days ago when I had virtually no food in the house and I was just crabbing together whatever I had. Dear brother, I have received your letter and I'll try to write you more frequently. I hope you are studying a lot and you feel comfortable there. We miss you a lot. When are you coming back? Father is in bed with fever and I do not feel very well, but I'm on medication. Today is my birthday and I'm feeling blue. It is a quiet and boring Sunday at the village. Mum is going to cook a lemon cake like those Grandma used to make. I wish we could eat it together. Write back soon. I'm looking forward to knowing how you are doing, what you are learning, how Scotland is, and so on. A big hug. I think about you a lot. Your dear sister, with no name. It was a good omelette. Well, it was an okay omelette. Beetroot's always good anyway. January 15th, 1876. Father Ernest seemed unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of the lecture for no reason, even during his favourite class, theology. I got an achievement for reading that letter. January 18th, 1876. Today, Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment and was expelled from class for it, and even Devitt was admonished just for reading a philosophy book. I hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his ire towards me. My father will be disappointed if I fail to get good marks. January 21st, 1876. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering class so pale and sweaty. In the middle of his lecture he stumbled, dazed, and had to sit. January 22nd, 1879. Father Eugene taught our theology class today, even though he doesn't know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what had happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us that he had taken ill. What worries me is that now Father Eugene is also starting to look unwell. February 20th, 1876. It has been a month since we last saw Father Ernest. We are told that he is still sick, but if he is so ill, then why hasn't a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken it upon myself to read on my own. I hope this helps, as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. February 23rd, 1876. It was announced this morning that the school is to close. None of us know why, and we cannot get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodge the question, and I'm starting to think they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, though they try to hide it behind a calm face. But what about Father Ernest? I hear he alone is to remain after we vacate the premises. There is a picture in the diary. It is the photograph of my graduating class. I see myself, Father Ernest, and Anthony. I do not remember the names of the others. One face has been completely scratched out. That's the face we want. Oh. Okay. The books on these shelves are old and musty. Theology is the dominant subject. There is an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope. In death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. It looks like it has been there for years, as the chalk has faded in some places. Do they do no teaching in this hospital? Oops. Alright, let's look upstairs. Do you think she's meant to be crying for pity rather than piety? They should be teaching them not to be insane. God, it's just lazy. A dusty old tapestry of the Virgin Mary with baby Jesus in her arms. Alright, let's just wander into someone's bedroom. Let's talk to her last and just go snooping around all her stuff first. An old mirror that hardly reflects. A syringe next to a flask with a label that reads morphine. Yoink. Oh, can't take it. One of the humble beds where the nuns sleep. What if we'd seen that nun naked by accident? Pixelated nakedness is the best. On the upper shelf of the antique cupboard, a well-worn Bible and rosary beads gather dust. Why is she not using them? Through the big open window, dusk cold wind freezes the room. Good evening, sister. Sister? All this suffering, all these tears, all our prayers unanswered. What do you mean, sister? Oops. All these years entrusted to the Lord, praying, looking for a sign, for something that can give me strength. Every day I hear them cry, pray, scream and die. And what for? Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me? Maybe there is no Lord, sister. What should we do then? What is our purpose for living? I can't go on, not like this. Excuse me, sir. Oh, is she going to jump? Oh. I thought she meant I can't go on as in, you know, life. A worn out and faded tapestry of Jesus Christ. Another tapestry, though I remember from my school days the student dormitory was here. Right, let's move it maybe? Let's play music at the tapestry and see if it moves. Nope. Let's throw an ornament through the thing. The stone ornament is not sharp enough to help me cut this. Just a couple of old towels. The showers, old, rusty, and poorly maintained. I think I made an appearance in the last episode as well. A broken mirror. There is a protruding piece. I wonder if I can use this to gently move that tapestry aside. The tap of this shower. If I open the tap, the shiny object could be carried away by the stream of water. Okay. There's a puddle in the shower hole with something shiny under the grating. I cannot see it properly. Well, just take it. Alright. Let's destroy this ancient artwork. The mirror chunk is sharp, but too weak to cut the tapestry. It might break. Just lift the damn thing. Ugh. Right. The old rusty pipe communicates with other areas in the house. Can I go down here? No. Right, let's use the stone ornament? What? I don't think that breaking the music box serves any purpose. Let's use the music box on the thing. Oh, I don't know. Right, where else can we go? There's nothing in the bedroom. There's nothing this way. Oh, there's there. Mr. Devitt, these rooms are private. Right, so we need her to get her to move so we can go in that room. And we need to... Was there something we needed to do over here as well? Can I combine the mirror with another item to make it sturdier? Can I balance the mirror on a stone ornament? No, it doesn't seem like I can yet. What was through here? Oh, that was a schoolroom. If I can try playing music at someone. Did you say that you cared for patients? Of course, Mr. Devitt. We tend to both the physical and spiritual needs of those in our care. Mother Elizabeth, Mr. Baldwin told me that lately a lot of patients are dying. What is happening? Sadly, the Lord is taking many of these unfortunate souls. Who is Mr. Baldwin? Monsieur instructed me to take him on as caretaker. Many of the sisters find him a bit strange, but he performs his work well and complains little. Is it going to be the janitor? Did you say that Monsieur already lived here when this venue was still a boarding school? Indeed, he was still priest and professor before he became Monsieur and started to lead this place. Oops, wrong one. Can I talk to Monsieur? I'm afraid that's impossible. Monsieur has left strict instructions that he not be disturbed, not even by any of the sisters. Tart. Do you want some music? No. Can I threaten you with a mirror? No. Okay. Will some music cheer you up? No. Play that creepy carnival music for the sad nun, she'll get a bunch of crow friends. If only I could. We appear to be a little stuck. Oh, can I play music down the pipe? No. Just cut it with the goddamn mirror. Right, let's see if Baldwin's got anything more to say. Who is the monsieur, Mr. Baldwin? I cannot rightly say. After all these years I have never seen the man. Who knows, maybe he does not exist. But Mother Elizabeth told me that monsieur specifically requested your hiring by letter. I'm flattered my reputation precedes me, but I still cannot tell you anything else about the man. Yep, cheers. Okay, what's down here? A piece of old fishing net. Yoink. Many years adrift have perfectly smoothed this flotsam into a small log. The mirror is too thick to pin it in the wood, and it also seems fragile. I could break it if I force it. The Lost Pilgrim, a sea stag older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. Anything else? This small group of graves has been haphazardly arranged. This mirror is the shittest piece of mirror. Alright, let's... I could damage the wooden... Well, it's a wooden stick. Why do you care about damaging it? Okay. This wooden stick is too thick to use for winding the music box. I would need something thinner. Okay, so we need an item to wind the music box. We need something to tie this net onto. We need something to make the mirror sturdier. And what else do we need? Okay, let's throw the net over the grave digger, because he clearly needs bringing in for questioning. Nope. Let's show him his reflection. Maybe he's a vampire. No. Let's just crack him over the back of the head. Nope. Let's crack him over the back of the head with something slightly more solid. No. Let's serenade him. No. Okay. It's not him. Goddamn JD, he is useless. Can we impress you with music? Oh no, I need something to actually make the music box work, don't I? maybe that needle of morphine upstairs. Oh, I've just stolen those letters. Okay. Can I give you the letters? My letters, all the letters I wrote to dear Juliet. You never posted them. But why, Mary? Why would you do such a thing? How could you be so cruel? I had to do it, Matthew. You refused to see how inappropriate a match she is for you. The dude's dying, woman. Come on. Her only interest is in marrying someone of your status, of our family status. It was for your sake that I did this. I did it to protect you from that woman's treachery. No, you only thought about yourself, of your vanity. I can't bear to look upon you any more, Mary. Leave me be. From this day forth, you're no sister of mine. You dare banish me? I who have stayed by your side all through your illness? Very well, Matthew. You will have your way. I will leave you, and then you will see how very alone you are. Farewell, brother. Did she just leave her things behind? Thanks be to the Lord that you have come to reveal my sister's cruelty, sir. Please take this coin as a token of my appreciation. It is my lucky coin, though I hope it serves you better than it has myself. Oh good. More items I can fail to use together. Hey, Pansy. Let's wrap the net around the coin. Let's hang the coin on the lock. Let's reflect the coin in the mirror so it looks like I have two lucky coins. Let's place the coin in the music box. Yes, apparently that made music somehow. Apparently you are right, Harrison. I was imagining it needed something to wind it up, not just, you know, payment. Alright, let's cheer you up, love. Oh, what a beautiful melody. It reminds me of my youth when I was vibrant and full of purpose. I knew my path then. Oh, may God bless you, for you have given me the sign I was looking for. Alright, now your morphine is mine. No, not allowed to take the morphine. Really, how else am I going to get high? Huh. Nay, I'm not hoarse. What can we do here? A lot of dry leaves have accumulated in a hole of this old rusty pipe. They are blocking the water stream. The hole has very sharp and rusty edges. If I tried to put my hand in, I could cut myself. Let's use a log. The wood is too softened to even... oh my god. The wood is too softened to even bend the sharp edges of the pipe. Alright, let's use the stone. There we go. I blunted the sharp edges of the pipe. Now I need not fear being cut. There is nothing now to impede the water stream. Is that it? Okay. Right, where are those bathrooms? She's a nun that gets a punishment. Harsh, but fair. Can you not just grab the object? There's a puddle in the shower with something shining under the grating. I cannot see it properly. Alright, let's try playing music to other people. Do you want some? No. Do you want some? No. Okay. Let's wake the little kid up. Nope. Can I help you with the gift of music? No. Yeah, I thought the net would work there. Can we net anything here? What was that? Oh, they were all the letters. God damn it. Yep, okay. What was that? Okay. Can I give you my lucky coin? You might need it. No, how about you? Oops, wrong. Yeah, I would like to know where I'm keeping all this stuff. Apparently I just have a giant log down my trousers. That's not canon. Can I trap you? No. Can I put you out of your misery? No. Let's see if you've got anything more to say. Nope. Just let me in. Right, there must be some way I can do this log thing now. Why can't I take the morphine? Oh, okay. I need to wrap the net around there. The net should catch anything coming down the pipe. That's how I get it. I can't just reach my hand in. Okay. Now we turn the water on. The thing goes down the pipe. Let's hope it's gone far enough. It's only a puddle of water. Won't kill me. The net has caught the shiny object. It's a teardrop? What the fuck is a teardrop if it's not like a tear? And a great cover version by Jose Gonzalez. Right, do you want that? No. Do you want a teardrop? No. Do you want one? No. How about you? No. I do not understand what this item is at all. That's the classroom. Right, so what do we have to do? We want to get that nun out of the way. Try putting the teardrop on the sad Virgin Mary painting. Oh, that's a good idea. Where was the sad Virgin Mary? Was she upstairs? Was this her? Oh, she was at the end of the ward, wasn't she? Was it her? Yeah, okay. Nope, doesn't work. Mirror is too thick to pin it in the wood, and it also seems fragile. I could break it if I force it. I've placed the glass tear, oh it's a glass tear, okay, in a hollow of the Virgin's cheek. It seems that it fits perfectly. Right. In the eyes of a fervent devotee, it could look like a real tear, if only I could make it shine. Wow, this is not a smart nun. Oh my lord, what does it mean? What have I done? What have we done? Yes, please confess all. Confess your sins, sister. Okay, do I get to talk to this guy now? You must help me. What can I do? What's wrong with you? There is little time. I tell them about my pain. I describe the unbearable and endless pain, yet they do not listen. They pass me by without even looking at me. They say that they are praying for me, but it does not cure my ailment. Would you like some morphine? But sir, I know, but I beseech you. You will be saving me from horrible torture. I will be eternally indebted to you. Yeah, let's do it. I understand. Your request is terribly hard for me. I guess I could find the courage to help you. I understand the magnitude of what I am asking. God bless you, sir. I do not know how I can show you my gratitude. Give me a knife. What I need you to do is, without the nuns noticing, to try to get an amount of morphine, enough so that I may be embraced by the deepest of dreams, and in that way stop the rhythm of my heart. Fortunately, I know a guy. Oh, what are you doing back? Can I crack you on the back of the head with a log? Okay, she don't care. Please just let me crack one of the nuns over the back of her head with a log. Oh, well, he's off. There was a note on the bed. Baldwin lies. Of course he does, he's the janitor. Have you never seen an episode of Scooby-Doo? Alright. Noise is coming from inside the coffin. What in heaven? I cannot open the coffin with my own hands. The lid is nailed. The log is too soft to even use as a lever to open the coffin. Right. A grave recently dug. Right, where is Baldwin? Is he down by the beach? A nun's habit and walking stick. These no doubt belonged to the nun I spoke to by the window. But where did she go? Where can she have possibly gone? Good lord, maybe she went for a stroll down the beach. Yep, that's it. Nuns couldn't swim anyway, it's fine. Oh wait, can I pick that up? Oh, can I go in disguise? Please tell me I can go in disguise. Why can I not disguise myself as a nun? Oh, just game. You frustrate me. Okay, let's casually walk past the man trapped inside a coffin about to be buried. No one in there. Alright, let's go and speak to Head Nun. What's going on? Nope, still not allowed to talk to you about anything new, such as the very recent disappearance of one of your inmates. Okay. Can I knock you out? No. Can I bribe you? No. Oh, hey up. It looks like his toolbox. I wonder if there's something useful in it. I might be able to take a look if I keep him distracted. Tell me about Mother Elizabeth. She is pretty strict, I can tell you that much, Mr. Devitt. Do not think she likes me very much either. Tell me about this place. Well, the construction of this building was ordered by an Episcopal Bishop of Aberdeen in 1805. Tell me about Aberdeen. It was the place where I was born and... Oh, I'm so not doing an Aberdeen accent, never mind. One of the biggest cities in Scotland. If you look there, towards the northeast... Yoink. Okay. I have a tool. Tell me about Monsieur. I cannot rightly say. After all these years, I've never seen the man. Who knows? Oh, wait, we've had that. I am not doing a Scottish accent. One, because I can't do a Scottish accent. And two, just in case Nick is out there somewhere. The darkness of his eye. His body is petrified. He has a look of sheer terror in his eyes. Oh my god, but what has happened? Talk to me. Wrong voice, sorry. Mother Elizabeth is trying to make him come to his senses. No. Would you like some morphine? No. Would some music help? No. Oh, but hang on. She's out of the way now. Yeah, he was knocking. I assume they didn't mean the literal version of petrified. Alright, let's go. Actually, is there anything to do here? A large, bright and ornate key. Let's have that. These are the papers on which Mother Elizabeth was working. Yoink. Okay, so we've got scratch marks on the stomach, an expression of terror, dead, emaciated, and paleness in the body. It me. Severe hallucinations, minutes before death, screamed and shook until the opiates started to take effect. During the autopsy we found some strange black marks on his fingers. He died while he was sleeping. Blank notes. Morphine overdose, patient committed suicide. Patient did not seem to have depressive symptoms or suicidal tendencies. Okay, lots of normal deaths there. The door is locked. Yes, I am English. Oh. Well, he's dressed like me. Don't look into his eyes. Because the deepest darkness dwells in his eyes. I'm going to go with this is just the hairstyle of the time. Although I am a little disappointed I don't have mutton chops. Sup, dude? Guess who's getting hypnotised? Come in, my son. Do you think you could hide these books from me? Oh, this is weird. Why am I doing a flashback now? They are just classic philosophy books, Father. Plato and Aristotle. Silence! Instruments of falsehood, you mean? Fallacies coming from the snake. Now, son, get on your knees and raise your arms. Not lewd, Money. Not lewd. Apologize to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. Cool. It is Latin. Malum in se. Evil in itself. It's typical Sunday at the church. Good Lord. A strange eye-shaped symbol. Are these more bloody birds coming? Or is someone shooting at me as I walk past? Hey, duck. Yeah, I'm going up in the graphics world. Eye of the bird? What does this mean? A set of crucifixes next to the door. Alright. Oh, Money. Is he actually a father, or is that just what he wants you to call him? Lord, your eyes burn me. I don't deserve mercy nor forgiveness. Oh Lord, have mercy on my soul. Who are you sending me? Is death to whom you are handing me over? Has my hourglass already run out of sand? Father Ernest. Ernest? It has been many years since I last heard that name. Since... Oh, I see. Father, I'm here to be able to remember. You have to help me, I beg you. Pleas, entreaties, petitions, praying, torment, exemption. Past times bring us just misfortune and pain. Father Ernest, I was one of your students. One of my old students, you say? It is only the Lord who teaches us. We must all follow his ordinances and disciplines. Get closer, son. Come pray next to me. I've heard that one before, mate. Don't do it. Good Lord. Alright. A creepy image of Christ crucified. Inexplicably, it has a dark cloth covering his head. Oh. He has a large burn covering his eyes. He is completely blind. Despite his decrepitude, extreme thinness and paleness, I can still recognise Father Ernest. But he seems far away, like in another world. This makeshift altar is coated in a dense layer of wax. The candles, having almost burnt out, only barely illuminate the room. Alright, I'm done praying now. Let's go. Let's go. The walls are completely covered with crosses. A mentally ill act. Is that it? Oh, so. Glory be to the Father, and the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be. Now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his voice, the sharp sword, the wise quill, or the delicate petal. I'm inclined to go with sword because I really want to stab someone. Damn work on a Sunday. The sharp sword. Yes, yes, that's it, my son. The Lord with his sharp sword transmits us his wisdom, his power, and his punishment. And now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his holy path, the wise virtue, the endless blame, or the blessed penance. Clearly blame. The endless blame. Yes, yes. That is it. Is this guy close to climaxing? That is it, my son. Nostra culpa infinita est, and it always was and will. And now, my son, tell the Lord who are you, the faceless pilgrim, the gate guard, or the lost sea person. No seaman of mine ever gets lost. The gate guard. No, no, no! There is salvation of the Lord for your soul. Now, leave me alone. I have to purify my soul. Well, don't... What? Have I got to choose the right thing all the time? What was that fell off the bloody ceiling as well? Oh, is that just a cross? Dear God in heaven, I feel for you. Your light is in my eyes. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself in you. Lord, your eyes are in my soul. I will burn it for you. Dear God in heaven, I fear myself in you. Your sword is in my hands. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I hate myself from you. My blame is in your heart. I will burn myself for you. Seems a bit harsh. An old razor blade stained with blood. Let's take that. Alright, is there anything more I can do to you? I know you are there. You didn't hear me? Get out of my room. Despite being blind, he preserves good hearing. I must be more careful when moving. Right, is there anything else I want from here? I've read his crazy ramblings. I've got the razor. Right, let's go and try... Yes, I'm going. I'm going to go and try and cut that tapestry with the razor. I would be able to cut this so thick tapestry using just the razor. My hands wouldn't have enough strength. Using the wooden stump as a handle, I can use this to cut, finally. Right, what's behind this? Oh, flashback. And finally, our expert on philosophy, Jeremiah Devitt, shows up. Where were you, my friend? We have been looking for you. Well, as I was saying, tonight is the perfect moment for our next meeting. But I suspect that someone outside our group is secretly surveilling us. Who is it, Anthony? My dear friends, it is Professor Glynn. Do you mean Father Ernest? Certainly, no doubt about it. Therefore, dear colleagues, I have decided to change the venue for tonight's meeting. Have you noticed the lounge behind the small door of the classroom? I have believed convenient to borrow the key for our necessities. You already know, at 12 o'clock you will find that door opened, and I'll be inside the lounge. That is it, my dearest colleagues. Videte ne quis sciat. I remember that this furniture we used to keep some of our personal belongings. Now it is empty. The walls are in complete disarray. I could probably punch through it if I tried. Is that how I escape later? I remember that this is the bed where I used to sleep when I was a student here. Yeah, sure mate, have a nap. Mr. Rabbit was jumping through the forest in a warm spring afternoon. When going through a bush, Mr. Rabbit ran into Mr. Wolf, Mr. Vulture, and Mrs. Snake, who were having a heated argument. Mr. Rabbit, curious, asked them, "Dearest, why are you arguing in this beautiful and cheery spring afternoon?" Mr. Wolf answered politely, "What we are trying to decide here is who of us will have the pleasure to eat you up." Mr. Rabbit, really scared, said, "But I do not want to be eaten. I want to live." To which Mrs. Snake answered, smiling, "That is impossible to happen, Mr. Rabbit, since we all, both you and us, are going to die sooner or later. Don't you think so?" Maybe this is the kind of story you need to tie a net to a bloody pipe. Mr. Vulture added, "Mrs. Snake is right. We should stick to the issue at hand. It is getting late, and as you see, we do not agree. Do you want to help us decide, Mr. Rabbit? Who would you suggest as the one to eat you?" How about this creepy guy in the background? After thinking about it for a while, Mr. Rabbit came up with an idea and carefully said, "I've got it! Why not to organise a race? The first to arrive to the forest clearing will have the privilege to eat me. No doubt Mr. Wolf can run at a high speed, but Mr. Vulture can go flying and avoid any obstacle. I'm sure that Mrs. Snake knows all the shortcuts within the forest. What do you think? The three predators agreed that it was fair, so they started the race and they quickly disappeared. Mr. Rabbit, happy to trick them, started running at high speed in the opposite direction of the predators who, eager to prove their worth, didn't realise the trick. Man, the game's set in the UK and they're still realised with a Z. Disappointing. Mr. Rabbit was far away from there, and he finally felt safe, happy and proud of his cunning. But suddenly there was a loud bang. The earth shook, frightened birds flew, and everything went dark. The end. Follow the White Rabbit. This just gets more bizarre, doesn't it? No, not again. How long have I been sleeping? What the fuck was that about? In the nightmare I found a place in my memories. A dusty mirror, that's nothing on the floor. Okay, maybe I need to take some of that morphine for myself. Come on, self-medicate. Okay, so there was something about a room in the classroom, a room behind the classroom. Which was down here. In my disturbing nightmare, I was brought to this spot. Oh right, okay. It is the trapdoor I saw in my nightmare. Why wouldn't we go down to a place we saw in our nightmare? From here sprouts a horrible stench. There is something down there. Did you see? Did you see? It was there, just in front of me. That thing. It was screaming. The stretchers used to carry the corpses. The stretchers used to carry the corpses here. But who is behind all this? Okay, now we can start the corpse count. So those are just stretchers. That's one. The decayed corpse of a young woman. It seems as if she had been devoured by an animal. The walls are splattered with dried blood. Really need a new cleaner. Punctual as always, Devitt. Now all that remains is to introduce our guest. You may come in now, Professor. Father Ernest! Do not worry, my friend. I invited him to join us this evening. The Professor genuinely shares our curiosity, and who better to complete our group than one of the most renowned theologists? However, we mustn't ban those who are willing to explore beyond the veil. The moment we have long awaited has now arrived. Please, all of you, take a seat and we shall begin the procedure. Soon shall the door be open, and then may we finally see what lies beyond. Now, I ask that you close your eyes. You will feel a momentary prick as I inject you with the serum. Sounds legit. Right, that's 4 corpses, presumably. Total. Even after all these years, I have not forgotten your voice. You are the 4th witness. I remember now what happened. What is that we saw? The eye of the bird, Malum Ense. What happened to us? What is it that we witnessed? You must tell me. You must make me understand what my mind cannot fathom. It was our curiosity that damned us. We opened that which should not be opened. In doing so, we shorn the veil that separated our world from his. In seeking vision, we were ourselves seen by the eye of the bird. It remembers us. It looks for us. It calls us from its dark nest, from its abominable lair. All these things I have attempted to return to it, but I have no strength left. These poor, wretched creatures are too fragile. They lack the sight to return. Not one of them has. Only us, the 4 witnesses. Who are the other 2? Where are they? They disappeared as you did. I haven't heard from any of you, but I was seized by curiosity. It absconded with my faith and deprived me of sanity. O Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Nothing remains. All that is left is surrender. Surrender to him. Gravely we have sinned, and our only absolution is to burn in the flames. Alright, that's the 5th corpse of the episode. Oh. Harsh. Of course it was Mr. Baldwin. Yep, pretty sure this is being buried alive. Fortunately, I have a coin on a piece of string with which to escape. The adventure continues, somehow, in episode 3. Okay. So, that was odd. Apparently we witnessed a strange ritual which we can't remember properly. And one of the people there recently committed suicide. Another one there recently committed suicide. There are 2 we don't know about. And then we've been cracked over the head by a janitor. So let's hope for some more answers next time. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and for your company. And for trying to help me work out what to do with that fucking piece of log. Not that I'm bitter. And the corpse count rises each game, it appears. We've gone from 3 to 5. If Fibonacci has anything to say, we'll be at 8 next time. Okay. See you on Twitter. Good night, good afternoon, good morning, goodbye.